Ready to film yet? Okay, here's my story. So I was just your average blind guy, right? I mean, I had my Braille, my encyclopedias, I had Gene, my seeing eye Labrador. I played the piano and wore Ray-Bans. And wait, never mind. That wasn't my story. No. Me, on the other hand, I had none of that stuff. I had no friends because, well, I didn't make much of a great hide-and-go-seek partner. And also, back in my day, blind people were considered dirty, unclean, cursed, kind of what you think about of an old mangy dog. People back then were taught that people with disabilities were cursed by either their own doing or something their parents did. And needless to say, I didn't have a whole lot going for me. I pretty much just hung around my folks' house a lot, watched a whole lot of, well, nothing. I tried my best to learn the village, and eventually I was able to get from place to place by counting paces, certain smells, that sort of thing. But most of my time was spent away from people. That's what makes it all so crazy, what I'm about to tell you. So, one day, I was just minding my own business, trying my best not to make eye contact with anybody, which is quite a difficult task for a blind man. So I overhear some guys asking another guy about me. I hear them ask whose fault it is that I'm blind. Whether it be my own or my parents', I try my best to ignore them. But then I hear this other voice say something crazy. The guy they asked the question to, he tells them it's nobody's fault. He says, in fact, the only reason I'm blind is because I'm going to bring glory to God. Okay, sure, that makes sense. Nothing like a physical deformity to bring glory to God. But before I knew what was going on, this guy, he approaches me. I hear him spit into the ground, and then before I could yell or run, he wipes this dirt and spit on my eyes. Imagine this scene. A man just hawks up some spit, then wipes it in the dirt, and then puts it on your face. I'm standing there stunned, confused, ready to cry, when this guy, he tells me to go wash my face in the nearby pool. That didn't take much convincing, seeing that I just had loogie mud wiped in my eyes. So I make my way to the pool, lean down, pull up some water, wash my eyes out, and then I open my eyes. I'm blinded. I'm blinded by something that I've never seen. Well, obviously, I've never seen anything. But all of a sudden, my hands take shape. I can more than just feel water. I can see it. I look down, there's a picture of my face. Me, in the water. I look around me, and I see my footsteps to the pool. I see the town that I've always known by senses and smells my whole life. My vision goes blurry again as tears of joy start welling up in my eyes. I get up, head back to the town, running for the first time without fear of falling. People I've known by voice my entire life. Their faces are bent in confusion. They're all like, "Isn't that the blind guy? How is he missing those potholes and why is he looking at me so weird?" I tried to explain to them as simply as possible as I could that yes, it is me, and yes, I can see. And that reason is because of this guy, Jesus. Wiped some spit dirt in my eyes and washed them out, and now I can see. You know, a little magic spit dirt, no big deal. Unfortunately, that didn't really satisfy those nosy people's questions. So then I get dragged into court. The judges were called Pharisees back then. Pretty harsh guys, most of them. They didn't like people like me, ones who were unclean. And they didn't like this healer man, this Jesus character. They felt threatened by him. They wanted me to testify against him. Unfortunately for them, I wasn't about to put down a guy who just made my eyeballs start working. So I told them, I don't know who this man is. All I know is that I was blind, and now I see. By this point, I had enough. I have these new eyes, and I'm being forced to stare at these angry faces who would rather doubt my story than celebrate with me. So I told him, you've already heard my story and you didn't listen. You're so curious about this man. Maybe you want to be his disciple too? And that line, it didn't go over so well. They cursed at me. They called me names and they kicked me out of their presence. But I didn't care. I was so glad to be out of there. I had just been reborn. I just had been given new life. As I was walking out of the courtroom, I hear this voice. This voice I've heard only once, but it's like I've known it my whole life. I turn around. I've never seen this person, but I know who he is. He asked me a simple question. Do you believe in the Son of Man? I ask him, who is he, sir? Tell me so I can believe in him. And then he said it. You have seen him. In fact, he is the one talking with you right now. I had no words to thank him, no strength to even hug him. All I could manage to say is, Lord, I believe. And I fell down at his feet right then and there and worshiped him. So, my story in print ends here. I heard later what happened to the man, the trial, the torture, the crucifixion, the tomb, and I heard what happened after that. Coming back from the grave, ascending into heaven. It seems so unbelievable, but I believe it. I saw it with my own eyes, this man, the Son of Man. He lives today to give a second chance, to give new life, to give sight to the blind. So, I am the blind, well, formerly the blind man. And this was my close encounter with Jesus.